Nike, an organization that got her on a bargain basement deal and is telling her, well, we're going to wait to promote you until we're done promoting Asia Wilson. And she's in the middle of all of these racial discussions that she has nothing to do with, wants nothing to do with, and then they're demonizing her fans.
Nike landed one of the rare generational, potentially billion-dollar athletes. Michael Jordan, Tiger Woods, LeBron, and now Caitlin Clark. In April of this year, Caitlin signed an 8-year deal with Nike for up to $28 million. A super cheap contract they'll make a killing off of with a signature shoe. But despite winning unanimous WNBA Rookie of the Year, they've got no plans for a Caitlin Clark shoe.
Today, we're exploring a major shift in sports sponsorships, spotlighting Caitlin Clark's recent high-profile deal with Adidas. This announcement has reverberated through Nike, a brand historically linked with basketball and women's sports. As we analyze this development, we'll discuss its implications for both brands and the future of women's basketball. Caitlin Clark has emerged as one of the most exciting talents in women's basketball, following a remarkable collegiate career at Iowa, where she captivated audiences and set records. Her transition to the WNBA was eagerly awaited. Her performances not only showcased her skills, but also highlighted the potential for lucrative endorsement deals. Recently, she signed a multi-year contract with Adidas worth $28 million, making her one of the highest-paid athletes in women's sports. This deal is a significant milestone in her career and signals a change in how brands are investing in female athletes. For years, Nike has dominated the athletic wear market, especially in women's basketball. The brand has built a substantial portfolio of sponsorships over 25 years, featuring exclusive footwear deals with numerous WNBA stars. However, despite its long-standing ties to the league and players, Nike's recent strategies have struggled to keep up with the fast-evolving landscape of women's sports marketing. Losing Caitlin Clark to Adidas serves as a stark reminder that even the biggest brands can falter. The rivalry between Nike and Adidas is intensifying, particularly as both recognize the surging popularity of women's basketball. While Nike has traditionally outfitted more teams and players, Adidas is making significant advancements by heavily investing in new talent. Clark's recent signing exemplifies how Adidas is positioning itself as a serious competitor in this arena. This shift not only affects brand loyalty, but also alters fan perceptions of these companies. Adidas' strategy appears to be effective as they double down on their commitment to women's sports. By signing prominent players like Caitlin Clark and recently retired star Candace Parker as head of their women's basketball division, Adidas is clearly committed to elevating women's sports and acknowledging the talent within it. This approach stands in stark contrast to Nike's recent difficulties in maintaining market share amidst growing competition. Nike's response to losing Caitlin Clark to Adidas has been one of immediate regret. The brand invested heavily in promoting female athletes through signature lines, but failed to secure deals with some of the most marketable stars. This oversight could prove costly as fans begin to associate Clark's achievements with Adidas rather than Nike. The ramifications for brand loyalty could be significant as younger audiences increasingly gravitate toward companies that genuinely support women's sports. Clark's signing is not just a win for Adidas, it represents a broader shift in women's sports, where female athletes are finally receiving recognition and financial backing that matches their talent and popularity. As viewership for women's basketball continues to rise, underscored by record-breaking audiences during NCAA tournaments, brands are realizing that investing in female athletes can deliver substantial returns. The increase in endorsements for female athletes reflects changing consumer attitudes toward women's sports. Research indicates that fans of women's sports are more aware of sponsors and more inclined to consider purchasing from those brands compared to fans of men's sports. This shift presents a huge opportunity for brands like Adidas, willing to invest in female talent like Caitlin Clark. Despite its established presence in women's basketball, Nike faces challenges ahead as it navigates this evolving landscape. With competitors like Adidas gaining traction and emerging brands like New Balance making strategic signings, Nike must reassess its marketing strategy for female athletes. This includes not just securing endorsements, but also creating products that resonate with female consumers. Looking ahead, it will be intriguing to see how both Nike and Adidas adapt to this new environment. Will Nike intensify its efforts to reclaim its status as the leader in women's sports? Or will Adidas continue to build on its momentum by signing more high-profile athletes? The outcome will likely influence the future of branding and sponsorships in women's basketball for years to come. In summary, Caitlin Clark's landmark deal with Adidas marks a turning point, not just for her career, but for women's sports overall. As brands vie for visibility and market share, it's crucial they recognize the value female athletes bring to their platforms. This moment serves as a reminder that while Nike may have dominated for years, there is always space for new contenders willing to invest in talent and authenticity.